What's up, everybody? You know how we've been getting down over here on this channel. We've been talking about a lot of new methods, a lot of new things going on in the dark world, the dark web, how a lot of people get money in this world. Now, the past couple of videos, we talked about the iPhone methods, we talked about the check method, we talked about a lot of different things. So today's video, we could be talking about credit card fraud, swiping, ghost tapping. It's a lot of new methods out here that pertains to credit card fraud. Now, when it comes to scams, most people only know about the two main components, which is credit card fraud and check fraud. Now, like everything else in the world, there all methods have evolved. Everything has evolved. So there's more ways to do one thing. So there's more ways to commit check fraud. There's more ways to commit credit card fraud. There's more ways to do a lot of different things, and people are starting to find these methods and these loopholes to do them. So credit card fraud. Credit card fraud is basically when a fraudster or a scammer gets a hold of somebody else's credit card or debit card credentials and utilizes it in a fraudulent way to obtain some type of good or money or revenue. So how do people get credit card information? Now, there's a lot of different ways that scammers and fraudsters might get credit card information. Now, now one thing that it tells you is that credit card fraud is information that can be used in a lot of different places. You got people who use them online to order things off different websites. You got people who load gift cards. You got people who might buy actual physical things. Now, people have to understand that we use our cards every day, all day in different places. And every time that we use our cards, that information is going on some type of database, some type of system. And a lot of us actually save our cards in certain systems. So a lot of us pay bills. A lot of people pay bills, and due to the evolution of people being able to store cards in a database and so on and so on, people have auto pay and things like that. There are a lot of people's credit cards and debit cards that stored in databases that appear in different leaks all the time. So when you got a membership for any different type of place, it's going to be in a database. If you're got your card on auto pay anywhere, it's going to be in a database, which makes your card vulnerable, or the victim's card vulnerable. So there are many different ways. And then you got people who utilize the black box. Now the black box is probably the first or one of the most common ways that scammers and fraudsters use to get to get this information. So a lot of times when it comes to the black box, it's a MXR X6, and it's just basically reading and writing the card. So back in the day when it first came out, a lot of people used to have people, and they still do this to today. They have a lot of people, or people recruit people who work in like McDonald's restaurants and Burger Kings or any type of place that has third shift and has a drive-through, because most places have two windows. The first window you pay, the second window you pick up your food. And when you pay, they shut that window. And most windows have tints nowadays, so you can't really see what's going on when they swipe your card. And when somebody reads or writes your cards, or when they read your card and they swipe your card, you're not going to get a notification like your card has been swiped. No, you're only going to get a notification if you have notifications set up that you just paid for your food. And just imagine how many people on a daily basis go through a drive-through. And a lot of times, people either have people get jobs to get in that position, or they go recruit people that already are in that position. And a lot of times, that's how a lot of people get credit card and debit card information. Then you have skimmers. Now, skimmers are basically POS machine covers that are on most POS machines, or that can be on a POS machine, that will read your information. So a lot of people probably are asking, what is a POS machine? And a POS machine is a point of sale machine. And a point of sale machine basically is where when we go to pay for our gas or whatever, and then we tap wherever we tap to pay, that's a point of sale machine. And a lot of times, point of sale machines are like gas stations and places in the hood and the ghetto will have a point of sale cover or scammer that's on this point of sale machine that looks like the actual like the actual machine. So it's a cover, so they can actually put on top of the POS machine a cover that looks exactly like the machine. So you know how you put covers on Xboxes and PlayStations, you can put a whole new like cover or like put a whole new skin or whatever you want to call it. It's the exact same thing. You can do it on people do them on gas pumps, they do them at ATMs, and they do them at POS machines. Now, when they do them at gas pumps, they get inside of the gas pump, and we all know you can pay outside for your gas. A lot of people still do it to this day. And by you being able to pay outside, you just tap or you insert, right? So fraudsters or scammers go in different places that you it's a universal key that you can buy to open up gas pumps, open up gas pumps. And once they open up the gas pump, they insert the scammer. It's like a long y'all like it's like a long strip with two USB ports attached at the end of both sides, and they attach it, and then every card that's being used on that gas pump, all the information is being read on that skimmer. So when the scammer or fraudster goes to pick up that skimmer, everybody who used that skimmer or that gas pump, all their information would be on that skimmer, and now they have all this different credit card and debit card information. And then they also have keypad skimmers. So when you type in your number, that could be a skimmer too. There's skimmers everywhere. When you go to the ATM, when you insert your card, that can be a skimmer. Keypad, skimmer. So it's a lot of different ways that people are utilizing to get credit card information. Also, ghost tapping. A lot of people are starting to get hip to this ghost tapping thing due to technology. Now, Flipper Zeros and there's a lot of different other tools out here that scammers, fraudsters, and hackers utilize to do a lot of different things. And when it comes to the Flipper Zero, has more to do with technology and signals. Because at the end of the day, when you use your card, you're basically using signals and waves. When you go to tap your debit card on top of that POS machine, it's basically sending out a signal and a wave to let this know that this account has money in it to pay for this. Like it's all system configured databases and servers. And this is what people are not understanding. So by them being able to basically put these skimmers in a lot of different places, it's making it easier. And then you have places on the dark web that sites that on the dark web, a lot of different marketplaces. Like I told you guys in a previous video, there are a lot of different marketplaces. You got the Cyber Market, Alphabet Market, ASAP Market, Torres Market, Empire Market. You got the Nemus Market, Tour to Door Market. You got the Hydra Market. You got the World Market, the Mega Market. You got the Dark Old Reborn Market. You got the Cipher Market. You got the White House Market. You got the Vice City Market. You got the Vortex Market. You got the Amazon Market. There are so many different marketplaces on the dark web and different sites that are starting to pop up on the dark web that utilize credit card information. Why? Because just like anything in the world, the age gets younger and younger. Like the NBA is getting younger, everything is getting younger. And kids nowadays are utilizing system databases and servers, playing games, GTA servers, and different things all day, every day. And they want to buy these VCs and these skins and Roblox and Minecraft points and whatever skins, and their parents are not trying to keep spending money. And they're playing these games with adults all day, every day. And these adults are basically grooming these kids on how to utilize the dark web. They're telling these kids how to steal credit cards and debit cards and buy this and buy that off the gaming system. They're selling accounts. They're making accounts and loading them and selling them. Like kids are starting to get more craftier due to technology. And a lot of people aren't understanding how technology plays a part in everything. We utilize technology every day, from text messaging to looking at websites, looking at YouTube, looking at Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. This is technology allowing us to do this. And I ask people, we got these platforms, Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. Everything is technology. When you send a payment, you receive a payment. There's no physical currency going through these signals and these waves or these tunnels or these wires to send money and have money stored on a database. It's all encrypted. It's all signals and waves. So just think about it. If you could send a signal that is worth $1,000, like people do it every day. People send people $1,000 on Cash App and receive that all day, every day. So just think about it. If it can do that, what else can it do? And a lot of people are starting to exploit these different options, exploit these loopholes, and a lot of things like jailbreaking jailbroken chat GPT sites that are now popping up on the dark web, that are now fraud GPT sites that are now fraudulent creating fraudulent methods and fraudulent softwares and fraudulent malwares and fraudulent ransomwares for people to do certain things, and it's making this world easier for people to perform different tasks. So as the world evolves, everything evolves. The dark web, methods, you name it. And wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam or fraud being committed. And people are starting to utilize this information, and they're getting younger and younger due to, like I said, gaming systems, technology, kids being on social media all day, kids seeing people with money, kids want to look as fresh as adults. Kids want to be adults nowadays. I mean, it's been like that, but due to social media, these kids are now dressing like adults, wearing chains like adults, watches, money, everything like they're adult. And they're growing up too fast due to what's being presented to them. So credit card fraud has been a method that has been utilized for a long time, because there's a lot of people who utilize different ways. Now there are people out there that utilize credit card fraud and they say, you know what? I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to create me a paper trail. I don't want to do anything like this. So people utilize socks and proxies, and they load up gift cards. Now the gift card method has probably been around for a long time, but I don't know a lot of people use it. So what a lot of times what scammers and fraudsters do is the ones that think they buy this information and they go buy prepaid debit and credit card or prepaid debit cards, because they're laundering the money off of this card that's attached to somebody, and by it no longer being attached to anybody and this prepaid debit card being free for all, it's eliminating the paper trail. And then they're going online and going on Amazon and these different stores and ordering prepaid debit cards, sending them to drop addresses, eliminating paper trails. And if they just order until it gets rejected and keep buying cards and order until it gets rejected, then they're running up a lot of money. They got 1,000 cards at 500 each. That's a lot of money. So it's a lot of going on out here with these bin numbers, these credit cards, credit card fraud. A lot of people figuring out new ways, new methods due to these fraud GPT sites on the dark web. I gave you guys a lot of different markets, and like I said, dark websites are not www.blah.blah.blah.com. No, these are encrypted websites that cannot be posted on the clear net on social media. So it makes it harder for people to find these sites. So it's just all about being more safe, being more cautious, and being more aware, because nobody wants to become a victim. Not you, not me, nobody. And to be more safe is to be more aware, and to be more aware is to be more cautious. So with that being said, we just dropped the credit card swiping method, new methods, ghost tapping, and I'll see y'all next time at the new method. Peace.